r/AskReddit. What red flags do you recognize in yourself? I am deeply self-isolating because I tend to go all or nothing with friendships. If I feel someone isn't reciprocating my time and energy or isn't as attached to me as I am to them, I flee out of embarrassment and bitterness and move on to another friendship. The cycle repeats. I hate being told what to do. Too insecure. Gets jealous if you look at plants a certain way. I sometimes feel other innocent people should suffer cause I was in similar situations. Feel like this is due to stubbornness. I have lost every friend I have ever made. So, I'm a problem. The biggest blue flag is my colorblindness. Edit. I am genuinely colorblind. Rather easy to annoy. Sometimes a pretty inflated sense of myself, big ego. Impatience. Arrogance. I'm very bad at any kind of social interaction. I have extreme trouble understanding any emotion other than sadness. I create false realities to try to amuse myself and tend to ignore my actual life. None of these are purposeful, but I manage to deal with them even though I'm getting more stress each day with GCSEs getting closer. Edit. I love the fact that everyone is giving advice to me and I'm really sad that I just don't get the motivation to do much. I just deal with it on a day-to-day basis and hope it leaves. I think I have an abnormal fear of not being loved or liked, of being talked about or laughed at. It really affects my ability to socialize lately. It's always been an issue but I always pushed through it. In the past few years though I find myself avoiding people and situations that may heighten this insecurity. It's a red flag because I feel like it goes to my mental stability. I'm a bit manipulative but I don't notice when I do it. I am very insecure about myself, thus self-sabotaging my relationships. I'm typically so afraid of upsetting, hurting people that I often struggle being direct and honest with people, especially people close to me. I'm really bad at texting back. When I'm passionate about something, I annoy my friends and family by talking about it all the time. I turn the conversation to myself a lot. I'm trying to be a better listener. I have an addictive personality and no self-esteem. Not a great combo. Warm and enthusiastic off the bat. It's shallow. And I'm actually a very distant person. But people often think it's a connection. Also, I'm self-satirizing in a way where I'm really just trying to mask my arrogance about the thing I'm making fun of. And I tend to treat everything people say as if it's agreeable. And it betrays the fact that I don't take them seriously. When I try to take over things as if I know any better. When I let myself get jealous of small things. I have resting murderer face. I can't help it. I know it's from stress and depression and loneliness but I can't help but wonder that it's hampering my goals when trying to network. I'm sensitive. It comes from a combo of just having lots of feelings, my anxiety, and people generally being not so nice to me growing up. I take comments very personally. The second problem is I'll never tell you something you said bothered me. I'll just stew in the fact that it hurt me till I forget you said it a few months, or maybe never, later. I have a horrible habit of leading people on. I'll show interest in a guy and continue to do so. However, my issues with intimacy prevents me from taking things further. I usually just make an excuses as to why I can't go on a date and continue to do so until they give up. What makes it worse is I come off as a totally confident person in big groups. So it just looks like I am not interested even though I am. I get super sappy but have a problem getting deep with someone emotionally. Prefer to keep things to myself if they're bothering me. I overthink everything. Someone says hi to me in the hallway. Did I say hi the right way? No, of course not. You said in what way to higher the pitch. Now that person will never talk to you again, you idiot. It's just dumb things that I sometimes can catch myself doing. Edit. Thank you guys so much for all the replies. It really means a lot. Glad I'm not the only that has gone through this. I notice that I can be manipulative towards my girlfriend and I hate it and it breaks my heart. My fear of change. Flaky. Ghosts everyone. Moody. Depressed. The list goes on. I am super clingy. Yucking other people's yums. Like if my friend says they're going to church or to a country music concert, I'll turn up my nose and disapprove instead of just letting them enjoy shit I'm not into. Procrastination. I tell a lot of white lies. Try to catch myself now that I'm older. But I'll do it when I'm trying to connect with new people or trying to keep a conversation going. Suicidal tendencies and thoughts. I push people away because I can't trust that they genuinely like me. I don't like anyone and that I'm good at hiding it. The only person I like is my best friend. I'm also super lazy and smoking pot does not help. Edit, forgot something. I'm bad at confrontation and will just avoid people or situations instead. I can also be the friend that tells you what you want to hear rather than what you need to hear. I'm working on it every day. I'm overly realistic about everything. Probably the guy who everyone drifted away because he is a negative person. If a girl don't talk to me like I'm a piece of shit, I think she's into me. I'm extremely needy and jealous. I give up easily. In short, people really need to stay away from someone like me. I have a bad habit of making most conversations about me. I'm not narcissistic. It's my attempt at relating to people and their experience. Showing that I've been through something similar. I'm trying to be included and it backfires. I'm trying to recognize it before it happens. And while I can't always change the substance of what I say, I can't take eye out of it. For example, I saw this article on the internet can become there was an article yesterday. It retains the important bits without making it about me. It's a work in progress. I have a terrible self-esteem issues and crippling anxiety. Whenever somebody does as much as look at me wrong, I'll apologize to them. This is even worse with a friend. If I even think that they have a bad opinion of me, I'll go out of my way to bring it up and apologize for it. When they insist that it's no problem, I don't believe them. I also give away a lot and go out of my way to do stuff for other people. It's not necessarily a bad habit to have, but I feel like I have to do it or they'll distance themselves from me. Funny enough, it's probably the opposite. I am just a mess altogether. I'm really competitive by nature, but I also have horrible self-esteem issues. I frequently compare myself to others. I often believe that I cannot do things and that I am just not very smart. For example, when I do good at things, like get a good grade in university, I'll say to myself, oh, my prof is an easy marker or I got lucky. But when I get a bad grade, it takes a serious blow to my ego and my self-confidence. I always feel like I'm not working hard enough even though I put many hours into studying. I'm a perfectionist and I hate losing, not getting things I hope to have gotten. I don't know how to boost my confidence and just accept that I will make mistakes and not being the smartest in the room is okay. I'm also a terrible communicator for expressing my feelings, especially with boyfriends. Woo, I think I need therapy or something. I can secretly become obsessed with a person and also very snoopy. I'll do research on people to find a lot out. I've done some unethical things too to find out personal things about them. It's partly a crush most of the time, but sometimes it's just curiosity about them and who they are. I've gotten a lot better at no longer doing that though. Now, I actually approach the person and find things out from what they decide to tell me. This guy right here, he's an asshole. I am absolutely terrible at public speaking's presentations. I feel fine right up to about 20 minutes before showtime, where I slowly start to feel something stir up inside me. While presenting, I can feel my legs shake, even if I try flexing my muscles, and I frequently forget what I want to say to the audience. I never have this problem during casual conversation, interviews, raising my hand during class. It seems to be specifically with public speaking. I don't know if this is a deep-rooted anxiety issue that I have, or if I hate the thought of being judged by a group of people, but it has affected my classwork, interview presentations, and I imagine it will at work later on down the road. I have an overinflated opinion of myself, aka a giant ass ego, to the point that I have to remind myself sometimes that I'm just human and not better than everyone else. I'm also incredibly lazy and manipulative if I want to be. I low-key think I would be a real hazard to others if I wasn't so self-aware. Also, I'm very empathetic to the plight of others, so that helps to keep me more humble too, I guess. People pleaser. So much so I don't fulfill my needs. I kinda suck as a person. I find myself getting upset with people for not meeting expectations that I haven't communicated to them. Things always go wrong that, on the surface, aren't my fault. But that really could have been avoided if I just put more effort in earlier on. I don't have any pictures up in my place. None of myself. None of my friends or family. No posters. Just bare white walls. It's not that I don't have pictures. They're just all on hard drives and I don't see the point in printing them. I find it difficult to say I love you. I'm insecure AF. I manipulate people for my own advantage. Always. It doesn't matter who. I've always been causing damage to other people that are close to me. Family. Friends. Everyone. I tend to swear a lot. Really a lot. Not because I want to, but almost anything makes me angry. I think I have more, but I don't remember them. I have an awful habit of trying to rationalize and have an excuse my way out of things when they don't go my way. I'm obnoxious and self-absorbed on my best days. On my worst, I think everyone in the world is out to get me and pick fights with anybody who looks at me. I actually really suck to be around. Not really sure why anybody likes me, but people usually do. So that's cool, I guess. I ghost everyone. I make people worry, be sad or angry just by disappearing from one day to another. I don't do it on purpose. I just get distracted in my life and forget that I have relationships. And sometimes I do shit without telling anyone, going to a night walk, an adventure with friends, vacations, and when I return I find out that everyone was worried about me. I think some relationships went to shit just for that. I am never the first one to contact anyone. I could be by myself for weeks. I hit the nay when my rent I can't pay. A subconscious fear of rejection that keeps me from connecting with people. I easily, and often, turn a casual light-hearted chat into a deep existential conversation. Lol, I need to chill. I try to hold other people to the same standards that I hold myself to, and it just doesn't work when you don't share the same values as well. Self-consciousness with my appearance. I hate risking conflicts with my friends, so I tend to accept situations I don't like being in just because I'm worried they will disappear if I speak up. I'm quite expressive with my body language, but bad at using the right words. People know how I'm feeling but don't know why. I'm jealous and clingy. I get really jealous when I hear of my friends hanging out with other friends. I would never actually stop them from having other friends. But I feel like if I was just a tiny bit worse of a person, then I would be fine with crossing that line. I'm really afraid of becoming that person. Having imposter syndrome. I hate confrontations. So if someone is bothering me, I won't tell them. I'll just ghost and avoid them. I also hold grudges for way too long. My company has started doing peer reviews and I had to try really hard to be unbiased when asked to review a co-worker I dislike, as I kept wanting to slam him for things that happened years ago, even though he's improved since. Communism. I need my friends way too much. I find that a lot of conversations make me want to relate by telling my own story. Then I have an internal battle about how self-centered I sound. I'm lazy by nature and probably drink too much. I'm afraid of commitment because I don't like dragging people down and I'm scared of being judged. It doesn't excuse them, but I'm pretty sure all of my red flag behaviors can be traced back to those two anxieties. Texting makes me anxious, so I'm an awful texter, both in texting and IRL. I either go too much or too little. I'm bad at being completely authentic with potential partners because I always think I'll hurt, offend if speaking up about a problem, or bore if talking about myself, them. I end up holding my tongue and not opening up because it scares me. Being like I want this or this is my GFBF feels wrong. So I turn to avoidance. Most of my affection is through wordless gestures, regardless of intentions. It's not very good behavior. I'm sure it makes other people feel unwanted. Like and subscribe if you want to.